Welcome back. My name's Ken, Newcastle United supporter. And wasn't that fun? Banana skin avoided. On my channel, I put together a Newcastle United scrapbook, which I share stories, match reports, stats, and plenty of my own thoughts. It's all about the highs and the lows and everything else in between. So let's go and take a look at how we beat Bradford City. So the last time we played Bradford City was at Valley Parade, March 2001, with a 2-2 draw. I was there, and we were all crammed into a very small shelf in the stadium, and we had a lot of fun. It's fair to say there's been a lot of ups and downs for the clubs since then, and the match was anticipated with great delight by the Bradford City 5,000, who turned up in their numbers, had a great drink in the city, and then watched the match and saw their team well beaten, basically. But prior to the match, 7 changes coming up. We'll talk about those in a minute. Powerful team put out by Eddie. Good bench as well. Visser and Ramsey still injured, waiting to hopefully come back after the international break in October. And Eddie really wanted to win this one. Bradford were flying high at the top of League One and fancied themselves for an upset. Hence the big banana skin that was dangled in front of us, which we managed to avoid on the evening. And this was the beginning of our defence of the Carabao Cup, which we won back in March. So a great evening to look forward to, and a sold-out crowd again as normal. The team to face Bradford City on the evening, with the changes following the game on Sunday against Bournemouth. Ramsey came in for Pope. Kraft came in for Tino. Lewis Hall got another game. Bruno came back, having been rested in the last match. Malik Chow and Sven Botman sitting in the middle of our defence. Joe Linton, Miley in midfield. Then up front we had Gordon, Osula and Ilanga. Strong team, probably the strongest one that we put out, given that the rotation changes are now kicking in because of the all the Champions League matches that are coming up. Eddie said, we know how dangerous they will be, and we need to be at our best to handle the threat that they pose. He wrote that in his pre-match programme notes. So Ramsdale made his home competitive debut, and you can see from the team sheet that we had a good squad depth to play with this time. The Bradford manager, Graham Alexander, made 5 changes from the win at Cardiff. And his starting lineup did not include Cook, the Newcastle supporter, who was sitting on the bench, obviously very eager to play at St James's Park, as we all would be if we were given the chance. A bit late for me, to be honest. So our first goal came courtesy of Joe Linton in the 16th or 17th minute. Prior to that, Joe had hit over the bar in the 3rd minute following a nice move. In the first 10 minutes, Bradford came in really heavy, and there was at least 4 heavy challenges and tackles on our players. No yellow cards, and the referee just... he could have put his foot down early and sorted it out, but he didn't. And that was a theme of the evening, with Bradford coming in very heavy on Newcastle players. The goal came about from a right foot shot from the centre of the box to the bottom right-hand corner. Well placed and good nimble feet from Big Joe there. We dominated the possession, But like I say, physical. Bradford very physical, and that was their game plan to disrupt us and bring some niggle into the match. Bradford had a couple of better chances in the opening stages, but Aaron Ramsdale, on his debut, was up to it and alert. A couple of minutes later, following Big Joe's goal, William Usula scored. Great ball from Bruno, slide rule pass, through ball. And as you can see from the picture, Usula had a little bit to do, but he put it into that bottom left corner, and we were 2-0 up, and we were comfortable. And that's how it pretty much stayed after that. We could have been struggling, because we've been struggling all season to score goals. So to get 2 in a couple of minutes, and a lovely finish from Will, with Bruno picking him out at that point in the game. Alanga found himself in the box a bit later, and he shifted onto his left, but it was a smart save from the Bradford goalie Walker to keep the score at 2-0. So we might have been 3 up by that point, but two in a rapid fashion here is fantastic. Lovely finish. Into the second half now, and in the 52nd minute, a nice move by Newcastle ended with Gordon squaring the ball across for Bruno, but the Brazilian shot pinged over the bar from close range. A couple of substitutes followed at that point in the 60th minute. Tino and Kieran Trippier came on for Lewis Hall and Emil Kraft. Emil did all right. He's a solid player. I know people were thinking we ought to get rid of him and sell him, but he's reliable, very, very reliable. And then also came on for Bradford was Andy Cook, a Newcastle lad, and made his day, I'd imagine. Gordon in the, what was that, about 9:15, so that would have been about 20-25 minutes in. He had a fair share of opportunities tonight. He drifted into the area, chopped back onto his right foot, but his shot towards the far post was dragged wide. That triggered a couple more substitutions, with Gordon going off, Barnes coming on, Ilanga making way for Big Nick, our German centre forward. So it was in the 76th minute that Joe Linton got his second of the night. Again, good footwork, and again, nice build-up play to this. The ball came in, Nick passed the ball to Bruno. Bruno cut back in towards goal inside the penalty area, found Joe. Joe sorted his feet out, and bang, in the back of the net, goal. 77th minute, Bruno missed a sitter. He had a laugh afterwards. Thankfully, we're 3-0 up at that point. I think the laugh didn't last long, because in the 78th minute, that Newcastle lad, Andy Cook for Bradford, instinctively did a volley when it came back off into his path, and bang, it was in the back of the net. Ramsdale didn't have a hope, to be honest. Not his fault. Could we have cut him down a bit and stopped and pressed him? Yeah, it was a bit like it was ping pong. It did no chance, to be honest. Harvey Barnes had 2 big chances and missed both after the 84th minute, but he created some excitement towards the end. So Newcastle tried to clear the ball, but like I say, Andy Cook looked up and smashed it into the ball off the bar into the back of the net. Heck of a strike. Boyhood Newcastle fans are good on him. I would have loved to do that in St James's. Never had the opportunity. So I thought the game would peter out after that. but in the 86th minute, Nick to Barnes to Asula, and bang! It was in the back of the net. Asula from about 3 feet out, in the right place. Instinctive striker's goal, and intelligent. So he loved his celebration. May have been over the top, but hey, 2 in a week. What a man! Goal. Harvey, like I say, Harvey had his 2 big chances, but he turned provider this time, having squaring the ball for Will to tap home. Lovely football and a lovely finish for the youngsters' second goal. A brace for Asula. And then one more chance in the 92nd minute. Again, Bruno shoots wide again. Very close, so close. Wasn't going to be his night, though, to score a goal. 4-1 to Newcastle, and that's how it ended. So let's look at a few of the stats, shall we? Obviously, 4-1 is the win. Put us through into the next round, the 4th round of the Carabao English Football League Cup. Joe Linton, well-deserved player of the match for me, and also on SofaScore. And you can see from the match stats there, just phenomenal, really. The amount of shots we had, the possession, the control that we had in the game. But it was Big Joe's night, and well-deserved. We made it look easy, but this really was a banana skin game. Could have really gone against us. We struggled in the last couple of years with Cambridge and Tranmere and different places to scrape through. Tonight, that wasn't the case. Squad depth helped us enormously. Some nice pictures from the evening. You can see the new gold badge, winner's badge for the Carabao Cup. You can see Big Joe and Bruno really happy about this. You see the 5,000 Bradford fans up in the gods. And then you can see, again, Big Joe's great footwork, and also Asula at that back post. Great win. So Eddie was obviously happy after the match, and some of his comments reflected the performance as well. We wanted to win and we wanted to score and try to entertain everybody that came. I thought we did that, he said. We want to win whatever is put in front of us, and the attitude stems from us, the coaches, and it should filter down. Dead right. I thought Miley had a great game, by the way. His doubters really ought to shut up. He's 19, he's growing, he's a class player, and he's here to stay. But you've still got the keyboard warriors that look at it a different way. Everybody's got an opinion, so if you've got a different one, stick it in the comments. I'll be fine with it. Eddie went on to say that the hard rounds of in these early games over the last year or two, there's been battles. Tonight, it was a battle, but it was a different kind. It's one that we controlled. It was always going to be a difficult game. Nobody wants to make anything easy for you. Bradford are top of their league, and we need a bit of patience in our performance. But once we got into the groove, we were very good, Eddie said. We believe we have a strong squad. We take it on a game-by-game basis, especially after the Barcelona Thursday match. It was a case of who we felt would be fatigued going into the Bournemouth game on Sunday. Tonight we created a lot of chances and opportunities, and people really impressed. And that only helps the team with consistency. The lads are aware of the strength in depth, so everyone in their position will be looking over their shoulder going forward. If I don't play well today, there's someone else waiting to take my shirt. He liked Will. Obviously, Will had his transfer day traumas and turbulent events that maybe going to Frankfurt, not going to Frankfurt. But he's done his chances no harm with tonight's performance, Eddie said. He was well driven. His his attitude was great. His work and his career is he's very ambitious. He said he wants to play all the time, but he is now justifying that his training performances and when he plays on the pitch. So they've done a lot of work with Eddie said with Will over the last season. So Will's now on 5 goals for the Magpies in all competitions, 2 in the Premier League, 2 in the Carabao Cup and 1 in the FA Cup. And all 5 of them have been scored at St James's Park. I mentioned the shot count earlier, but here's a better view of it. 27 total shots for the Magpies, 11 shots on target. Really impressive is 66 touches in the opponent's box. Joe Linton, 9.8 out of 10. He was a monster, and he was in the box a lot more than in his previous game. So whether his roles changed slightly, I don't know. Anthony Gordon on his return did us proud. I like the way Anthony plays, and I believe he's got a huge future with Newcastle. If we treat him right, if we get into his head, then it might be a different. Somebody gets into his head, that might be a different point of view at that point. Bruno was on his game. He really wants to win this again. By the way, you could just tell that. Fantastic leadership from our captain. So following the game, about half an hour later, the draw for the cup was made. I followed it like I did follow the match commentary on the Toon review with Paul, Billy and Alex, all very excited about the draw. So I shared their excitement and listened as they responded to the draw. Everybody, well, Billy, home draw. My brother, home draw. We want a home draw. Everything else is a bonus. And we got a home draw, folks. Tottenham Hotspur coming to St James's. All Premiership tie, which we're used to in this cup. And it gives us a really good opportunity to go through to the quarterfinals, I guess. Yeah, the quarterfinals. So Arsenal, Brighton, Grimsby, Brentford, Swansea, Man City, Newcastle, Tottenham, Wrexham versus Cardiff, Liverpool versus Palace, Wolves versus Chelsea, and Wycombe versus Fulham. So you never know. We might get through, and then we might end up playing a Welsh team. Who knows? We'll see. So well done to all the Bradford fans that came up and had a great day out in Newcastle, filling the pubs and mingling with the home supporters, etc. So good luck with your season, folks. So the winning team photo after the match is back. Let's hope we see lots and lots of these going forward this season. Bit dark picture this one, but hey, it'll do. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. This is my scrapbook, and I'll continue to do these throughout the season, sharing the scrapbook, my thoughts, and sharing the excitement of following Newcastle United. And if you stay on for a minute, you'll see one bonus page following this thank you. Away the lads, on to Arsenal at home next. Bonus page, who would have thought? So Sandro Tonali visited the Backpage shop earlier this week. I really love this guy. And obviously he found his own scarf in the Backpage shop. You can find all of the players with scarves and huge, the largest collection of Newcastle United items in products. So if you get to the ground, head down to the Chinatown and you'll find just down from the Irish pub centre, you'll find the Backpay shop. It's also in the Metro Centre, and I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember if they're in the Eldon Square as well, but they're definitely in the Metro Centre because Sir John Hall visited them this week as well. Well done, guys. Keep it going. Love your shop.